75% of all silent films ever made are now lost due to neglect and nitrate chemical decomposition. It's a staggering loss and artistic tragedy. But this story isn't that story at all. This silent film wasn't lost, but found and screened for the first time 101 years after it was first shot. And if that isn't unique and amazing enough, this found footage is now considered the first all-black feature film ever made, with the first black superstar entertainer in American history. His name was Bert Williams, and he was born in the Bahamas, then emigrated to the United States as a child. Despite having to perform in burnt cork blackface, the only way white audiences would accept a black man on the vaudeville stage, Bert Williams defied racist standards by demanding his actual image appear alongside his blackface character on merchandised products. By 1913, Bert Williams signed an unprecedented deal with prestigious Biograph Studios in New York City for a starring film role with an all-black cast. The plot was simple. His character vies with two rivals for the heart of a small-town girl. But if the plot was simple, the footage shot was radical and still recognizable as such today. When she saw it, cinema studies professor Brianna Brown was stunned.
First of all, I didn't even know this film existed. It's incredible to see something that takes back the narrative, rewrites history, flips every stereotype on its head.
There's even more flipping in the surviving raw footage. Here's William Chappell, Bert Williams' valet, applying burnt cork.
Code switching in action. He may be in blackface, but still gets the star treatment.
And here he is directing director Edwin Middleton.
Traffic cop. Well, Bert Williams calls the shots, literally.
Let's talk about the most radical moment of all.
Most radical and most romantic.
A kiss between the two leads, played not for laughs or mockery, but with tenderness and affection. Talk about landmark.
In 1913. You don't see this in a major studio movie for another half century, at least.
You didn't see it in 1913 either.
That's the heartbreak, that this film stayed unfinished.
Convinced white audiences would shun a story that depicted black experience with dignity and respect, Biograph shelved the unassembled footage. Not until 90 years later did Ron Magliozzi, curator at the Museum of Modern Art in New York, begin a crusade to reconstruct the still unidentified reels. Ron used facial recognition technology to identify long-forgotten leading lady Odessa Warren Gray, matched on-camera fire hydrants with those used only in New Jersey to determine the site of location shooting, and hired a professional lip reader to discover how, in this scene where Bert Williams confronts rival suitors, his improvised dialogue drops a half-dozen F-bombs. It took 10 years to complete, but the newly titled Lime Kiln Club Field Day premiered in 2014. By then, Bert Williams had been dead for almost a century, felled by poor health and soul-sapping oppression. "The funniest man I ever saw and the saddest man I ever knew," said fellow comic W.C. Fields of Williams, whose funeral brought thousands of fans, black and white, to pay their respects. It's a sad story with a happy ending. The film Biograph wouldn't let the public see now survives with all its production footage, the only silent film to do so. It took 101 years, but this lost film has been found for keeps.